I accidentally told the secrets of where the rebel spies were, like immediately as soon as I got in here, so. Guess I failed Jedi school. Welcome back, you beautiful nerds, to another edition of a video. Yeah, that's right, on this little beautiful channel. On this little corner of the internet, you know by now that I'm a working girl. I am a bitch who works. I'm working on my dreams. I am working on myself. I'm working on securing the bag. However, I had a couple Earth Angel friends reach out and ask if I would like to join them on a VIP Disneyland experience on a Thursday, a work day. I know. I would like to introduce you to two of my friends, Meredith and Eli. I wouldn't call them Disney adults. I would just call them huge fans of Disney. Devin of yesteryear would have probably turned this opportunity down immediately because it's a Thursday. I have work, I got things to do. But because I am squarely working for myself, and also because this is the year of the emotions, I decided it is within my best interest to go investigate the happiest place on earth. I mean, is it still the happiest place on earth? Is she still the happiest place on earth? Okay, I mean, in 2023. In this economy.
The type of person who comes to Disneyland on a Thursday is probably a local, or certainly somebody who comes to Disneyland when there is a blizzard warning for the first time in 100 years is probably a local, or is someone who is a super fan, or is bringing somebody from out of town. I would say certainly in the middle of winter, we're not going to see a ton of people who are here with their kids, like spring break style or summer vacation style. It's pretty quiet as Disney goes today, which is good. I think we'll have more fun.
All right, I don't mean to be that person, but here I am, an adult, looking at, I guess, what is the castle. I guess it's just hitting me for the first time that the castle in Orlando is way bigger. Can't even really see it in the background. I'm not judging. It sounds like I'm judging. I know it does. It sounds like I'm judging, but I'm really not. It's just that this castle looks like maybe 3-story.
This is the courtroom of Judge Trudy.
This castle looks like maybe it's a 3-bedroom, where I'm talking about the one in Orlando is at least 7. So I've never been to Disneyland. And y'all, I have lived in Los Angeles for 12 years. It always just seemed cost prohibitive for me. Spent a couple $100s on passes and food, etc., etc. And I've always just been like, if I'm gonna spend a couple $100s, I wanna fly out of the city. I wanna go somewhere else. So I've always kind of like turned down these kinds of opportunities before. However, I was invited to go to a Plaid experience. Now, the Plaid experience is when you have a Disney expert essentially act as your tour guide. Now, they are curating your park visit. These are folks who know so much about the development of the park, development of the brand, Walt Disney himself. They know so much about like the offerings of today, the offerings of yesteryear. It is truly amazing. Our tour guide for the day, his name was Philander. And like I told him from the moment I met him that he had a Prince name. Like just hold on, just for pause for a second. His name is Philander. Prince Philander? You couldn't have cast this role better.
So I can tell you with 100% clarity that my favorite part of working for the Disneyland Resort is getting to spend time with people. People, of course, are everything, and getting to see the joy and love and happiness that radiates off people when they come to Disneyland is incredibly therapeutic. It's so special to be able to help families have the most magical day ever, and I love getting a chance to kind of join their family for a day and then share and show them off all this Disney magic that's around us.
I know, right? Having a personal tour guide show me around, I'm in. But before this, I did a lot of research as to how much this was gonna cost, and to book a Plaid experience, which is essentially a private tour guide in Disneyland in 2023, it's gonna run you up about $4,000. $4,000? What?
About to go on my first ride. First ride. I guess I'm gonna be driving.
Yeah, you should drive. I should not drive.
Okay. Ride number 2 within like 10 minutes. Yeah. Katie took a turkey leg.
Fine. We just exited the Peter Pan ride, which I think is the first time I've accessed the Disney magic since being here. It was charming as hell. I'm filled with magic now.
When Jordan and I started dating, one of the first things I said was, oh, if you want to experience some real magic, you got to come to the parks.
Okay. So what do you think the cost of Disneyland magic is?
Oh, buckets of money, but I don't regret any of it.
All right, here we go.
All aboard! All aboard!
I think it's a metaphor for capitalism. Like we're all stuck in the cage on the train and it's going where it's going and we don't have a choice.
Happiest place on earth!
Let me be clear about one thing. This is not a video where I'm going to throw Disney adults under the bus. Absolutely not. Because I, my beautiful nerds, am the offspring of probably the original Disney adults. Enter my parents.
My name is Dennis Charles Lytle. Some people call me Denny.
I'm Sharon Lytle. I'm his significant other.
And why aren't you in the shot right now?
Because I'm still in my night clothes.
But you still have opinions?
Oh, I have opinions.
I fell in love in 1969 when I met your mother at Western Michigan University. And I came up to my room and told John Kulikowski that I found the woman of my life, for my life. Well, we got married on 12/28, as I said before, in 73. And we got in the car the next day and drove down to Disney. I had never been down there, so I thought this would be a great place for us to go.
How much were tickets back then?
$5. That was peachy keen.
$5 back then, was that expensive?
Well, for me it sure was. Yes. I took a lot of heat from my family and my brothers and sisters, a lot of teasing. And I don't give a rip. They think that Disney World is a nice place to visit once in your life and take the kids, but then the rest of the time is a waste of time.
Even though we're much older now, we intend to go back to Disney World.
Just the two of us.
You guys are gonna go, you're not gonna invite me?
No.
We will invite you. If you come, you come. If you don't, you don't. We'll always invite you. Always.
My parents have sacrificed thousands of dollars to create a magical Disney experience for my brother and I since we were children. This doesn't sound like a relaxing vacation to me.
Like, anxiety disappears here. It's one of the first places that my parents would drop me off when I was in like middle school, early high school, and then just pick me up at the end of the night with like a pocket full of cash. And so I could just make my own choices and go wherever I wanted, and my parents believed that it was safe, and it was safe. And, you know, at midnight I'd show up, my dad would pick me up, and I'd have had a whole day of autonomy as like a 12 and 13-year-old.
12 and 13?
Yeah, my parents also let me run around the park when I was a youth.
A youth?
Yeah.
As a small child.
Big Thunder Mountain. That's what I call my cousin. On this whole journey, I discovered a new brand of Disney adults. The Disney adults who like to cheat the system. Now, mind you, I haven't gone to Disneyland in more than 5 years. Now, I had heard about these rare and exotic creatures, the Disney adults that know everything about the park, but I had never experienced a park experience with these friends in tow. So this was wild to me. If someone were to ask you what is Disney magic, what would you say?
For me, it's just the feeling of you're tired and exhausted and you're happy also. You've enjoyed your day. It's doing something different. It's seeing something different.
It's taking you away from the everyday and putting you in an entirely different place that's all fantasy.
There are 2 private clubs, if you didn't know, in Disneyland. And back in the day, Walt used to have Club 33, kind of away from the crowds, and he had it for the sole purpose of bringing his business clients. And it's a very exclusive experience, and they have a lot of rules in order to get in there. Like, I couldn't take any video there, and I couldn't take any pictures in the bathroom, which is quite a shame because the bathroom was a very sweet, like, princess experience. They have these little elements to showcase like that Walt Disney was still thinking about creating Disney magic, even in an adult experience. This was the first time that I have ever been to a Disneyland, Disney World park where we took a time out in the middle of the day to go to a bar. Like, this was my kind of Disney experience. This is adult Devin's Disney experience.
So which ride are we going to next?
Rise of the Resistance, I believe.
That's the
biggest
Star Wars situation.
All right. And typically this was the ride that you had to pay money for at one point?
I think you still,
No,
you don't have to.
Philander says no.
There used to be a system in place to called a virtual queue because of the popularity of the attraction. We didn't want to have 6-hour lines in the park anywhere, so the virtual queue is created so that it would balance out how often people came to it. Now there's an option if you don't want to stand in line, you can pay for it, but we never gave people you must pay extra to do this experience.
That's insane. That's freaking insane. That's some Disneyland magic right there. That's some, damn. Do you think the price of Disney magic is worth it?
Yes, I wouldn't have taken the grandchildren there. Many years ago, I took my daughter, Devin. She had a little book, went around and got all the autographs, and to see their face, that was worth $1,000 just to see her face. And I'm going to take you forward. And I'm taking now Eliza to Disney this past spring. And Eliza reminds me so much of my daughter, Devin. So the parade was about to start. Would you enjoy going on my shoulders so you can see all the princesses? She thinks for a minute, she's looking up at me, and she says, Grandpa, I'm afraid of heights. And I looked down at her, and I said, Eliza, it's just my shoulders, and I'll hold your legs real tight. And little Eliza thought for a minute, and she says, okay, if Aunt Devin can do it, I can do it. And so I put her up on my shoulder, and she just went crazy. And she's jumping up and down, and she leaned over and looked me in the eyes, and she says, thank you, Grandpa. This is the best ever. That's why you go to Disney.
There's something about being in a Disney park at night. That's where I find the most Disneyland magic. When the lights go down and the music's still pumping and it feels like a real party. I was very skeptical going into this day, but coming out of it, I get it now. I understand why the cost of Disney is so high. You see kids, you see families just like enjoying their fucking faces off. You can't help but smile. This Disneyland experience was the cream of the crop, essentially the most VIP of VIP a person can get. Would I pay for it out of pocket? Probably not. In general, the food and like to buy fast passes, that just seems like a lot of money. However, I wasn't surprised. There was never a point in my park experience where I was like, whoa, this is outlandishly priced. When you go to Disney as an adult, the Disney magic is in the details and the thoroughness. Just everywhere you look, you are going to be pleasantly surprised and entertained by a little detail that you wouldn't expect to be there, but then that is there. The Disney brand attracts a certain kind of customer service personality that makes everyone feel like they're safe. To know that you're going to a place where you are going to be safe, you're going to be taken care of, but also you're going to be able to discover new things is important, especially if you have travel anxiety. It may feel like more bang for your buck to go to a Disney experience where you know you're going to be taken care of, where you know you can expect to have a good time, but it's not gonna be the same time every time. So at the end of the day, I arrived home tired, but with a huge freaking smile on my face. Do I think it's worth it for folks to experience? Yeah, absolutely. Especially if Disney is your bag. I really wish Disney advertised like tiered models for different income levels. I think all people should be able to experience it. But I will say I exited this video with a new appreciation for why people gravitate to Disney so much. All right, my beautiful nerds, that's it for me. I will see you next week. I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, he's so hot. He is so fine. Hold on.